Hello, welcome to Fillmore, Utah, where the Utah's first capital was located. I also put in here Chief Wakara since he's kind of involved in this area as well. So here we have the first Utah capital, which was finished in 1851. It was only used for about 4 years. It was eventually no longer used as the capital in 1855, but there was one session held in there before they moved back to Salt Lake. And there's just some cabins that are around the area that were used for different reasons, a schoolhouse and living quarters. They also have this cool little plaque here of the story of Chief Wakara, who was actually buried near here. Chief Wakara has a very interesting story, and I will tell you guys his story here in just a bit. First, I just wanted to mention this area up here is actually where he was buried, and in 1906 some grave robbers actually came and looted his and many other graves in that area. So when he died, he actually died of pneumonia, and he had 2 or 3 wives, and their throats were slit at the request of his brother, and also a Paiute girl was killed and laid at the foot of his grave, at the foot of him actually, and then they kidnapped a Paiute boy and kind of left him in there as well to fend off wild animals essentially. And he's currently buried up at this mountainside. I don't know if his body's still there or not. There's rumors that it's not, that it was moved somewhere else, but I don't really know for sure, and I may actually go up there and check one of these days. And I'm just going to see if his body's in there, but just to kind of look at the area and see if they still have markers up there for his graves. Basically, Chief Wakara was a very feared chief throughout the western area of the United States. He was very smart and strategic in his battles with other Native American tribes. He even fought the first settlers of Utah, the Mormons, and actually did pretty well until finally a treaty was made. There were just some small skirmishes here and there that he originally started, but then he became kind of friends with them up until he died. But even before the Wakara War, Walker War, he was friends with the settlers, and there's this story about how he actually knew of some mines up in the Uintas that had some old Spanish gold, and he actually was able to meet with early leaders and actually show them where this mine was. In fact, he only showed one person, a person by the name of Thomas Rhodes, and then Thomas Rhodes showed his son Caleb Rhodes. And they were basically the only two that really knew where this mine was, and they would bring this gold out and bring it down, and it actually helped the settlers survive during the harsh times that they had in the mid-1800s. They even have something called the Mormon Coin, which was a pure gold coin that was made for about 10 years. First it was pure gold, then it was kind of made with half gold. Those are now worth almost $1 million a piece. There's only 33 known about in existence currently, and back in 2014 one was sold for I think $800,000 just because it wasn't in perfect condition. So that is essentially the story of Chief Wakara. He did some other things too. He met with some different explorers and actually killed the Gunnison exploration group that was out in Sevier Valley, or his men did. But he had quite an impact in this area. And the last thing I want to show you guys is this old picture taken in 1926. These arrows kind of point where the specific graves are of Chief Wakara. Thanks for watching.